Imagine if 3 years ago I gave you $5,000. What would you have done? You might have bought yourself 1 Bitcoin. Fast forward to today, and that same Bitcoin is now worth $65,000. For every $1 you invested, you got $13 out. So what does this have to do with climate change? Well, it's estimated that for every $1 invested in climate adaptation, there's a cost savings of between $9 and $38. It's no surprise that climate adaptation is front of mind for Canadian utilities, including EPCOR. For my internship, I partnered with EPCOR's transmission team to develop a climate change adaptation management plan. The goal of this plan is to create a better understanding of the risks facing EPCOR Power and develop recommendations to create an electricity system resilient to climate change. We had 4 objectives to guide this project. The first objective was to gain a better understanding of Edmonton's future climate. We selected 11 high-risk weather events, including flooding, extreme heat, and wildfire, and found climate projections for each of them. We then moved on to our second objective, developing a risk assessment. We assessed the risks of each weather event on EPCOR's multi-million-dollar transmission assets, which includes infrastructure like transformers, power lines, and substations. Our third objective was to assess EPCOR's operations to determine any gaps in standards, procedures, and processes. Our fourth objective was to develop recommendations to adapt to the changing climate. We looked at best practices from around the industry, our risk analysis results, and findings from our assessment of operations. Our findings? Flood damage to substations and underground cables, and extreme heat reducing the reliability of outdoor equipment were our top risks. We also found that climate projections are not currently incorporated into the design process for new assets, like transformers. These transformers cost $3 million each, and climate change could significantly reduce their 60-year lifespan. The next steps of this project are to identify and prioritize potential adaptation measures, develop a business case, and then implement those actions. While the cost of climate adaptation seems high, the cost of inaction is even higher. Utility companies pass on their costs to customers like you, so everybody benefits from a resilient electricity grid. Who knows? With the money you'll save on future electricity bills, maybe you'll be investing in the next Bitcoin.